My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to the Bazaar. It has been patched. We are in a new patch of the Bazaar. We're going to be playing Dooley. I'm going to very quickly tell you that the start of the game is very different. They don't want you to just be able to sit there and farm out those additional experience options and always get to level 2 before you get to the first day and just feel the full board of things. Hell, they don't even want you picking an open item anymore. Instead, well, as Dooley, it's slightly different. We'll get to pick from one of 2 cores now instead of 3. There's Armored Core, which is significantly less powerful than it used to be. Force Field got moved to Silver Tier to start with. And Duct Tape is now a neutral item. It's not even a Dooley item at all. Alas. And then there's also Weaponized Core. Every 6 seconds, deal 20 damage and then weapons to the right of this game plus 10 damage to the fight. When you use any item to the left of this, charge it a second. And then after we pick the core, as the other 2 characters, this is the first screen we would see, but as Dooley, we pick a core, and then we can either start with 1 medium silver tier item or 2 bronze tier skills. I'm gonna go with the medium silver tier item because if I whiff and I get nothing out of the skills, at the very least I can sell the medium silver tier item. Also, I can almost certainly use it. Blast doors! When your opponent uses a weapon or a burn item, charge this 2 seconds. First time before blow half health each fight, use this. Hell yeah. So the strange mushroom event has been completely reworked. It now has 3 gold or a neutral item in there. There's also a guard locker for a small shield item. I like that the opening day has changed. I hope it doesn't start to feel like it settles into a very clear meta again as the previous one, where everyone was doing pretty much the exact same things on day 1, and at the final shop, you would just field all of the trash that you could to try and get through the round. This feels like, because they're giving you an item or skills, or even money, as the options turn out to be for characters like Vanessa maybe, that you'll actually translate those into going to early shops specifically on the first floor. So the first fights should look very different now. JJ, you sell items. I do need weapons, but I'm not going to get, like, outside of blast doors and weaponized core for a little bit of time. I guess I replace weaponized core with just a item. Just an item, please. Let's go to the strange mushroom. I can sell it for 4 gold. Oh, it says in the patch notes it's 3. 4 gold this early? Hell yeah. I'll take that. Oh. Okay, so I can beat Viper here. Not only because the weaponized core is capable of doing enough damage to the Viper in the time. Right? Hang on. This has got to hit 4 times to kill Viper? So that's 24 seconds into the fight. Actually, I think I still die to the poison while that's happening. Even under the blast shield, unfortunately. Pyro, I can certainly defend against that with the blast shield. Fang Dinglet. Honestly, I would really like to get just a Fang to put on the other side of the weaponized core so that I have some scaling damage available. I'd be pretty happy with that. And of course, this is an enemy against whom our blast doors are actually going to be relevant, but for what it's worth, we could have come into this fight holding literally nothing, and we still would have won. So how relevant is it if it changes the result from a win to a win? Alright. Give me a Fang, please. I mean, I'm not really going to be able to run it here on the first day unless I want to take the blast doors off. Every 4 seconds, deal 5 damage. That's a Fang. I mean, yeah, a weaponized core is definitely going to ask me to go to Isla to try and find some weapons.
But I can help you finish a fight.
Arc Blaster has been pretty heavily nerfed. It used to say when you use a tech. Now it says when you use another tech, which means that its cooldown is no longer 5. It was previously secretly 5 after you activate it for the first time, because it gives itself a second of charge. No longer. Alpha Ray. When you use the core or another ray, your weapons gain 2 damage to the fight. I mean, I've already got a way to gain much more damage than that when I use my core, so no thank you. I mean, Arc Blaster just going on the other side, literally just to be a weapon that's scaling to deal damage with the weaponized core is not bad. Power drill, way too early for that. But the thing is, Isla has really good weapons, and I don't want to settle for not bad. Yeah, like here. We've got rocket launcher. Every 6 seconds, deal 8 damage with a burn of 2 and a multicast of 3.
Newful teaches stillness. I prefer action.
I mean, I'd really like to have scaling damage in the fight, but we're not certain that'll be relevant. Hamlet. A friend, a weapon, and a tool. When you slow, charges 1 second. Pulse rifle has finally been nerfed. They said last patch that they nerfed pulse rifle down to 5 seconds. They hadn't yet. They did it this patch, unfortunately, despite the fact that Dooley really needs the help at the moment, because Railgun got nerfed. No longer has multicast, has additional damage. But fiber optics is back in, so maybe that'll make everything good. The idea of having Hamlet and pulse rifle, just so that I have a triple shot on the pulse rifle at 5 second cooldown, and I have to hold a Hamlet in order to do that? No. No, I don't want that. Jungle Ruins, you say? Why don't you show me what you've got? 3 regeneration or 2 bronze tier loot items. Considering I'm not going to be healing in the fight, some regeneration might help offset some poison, especially. Gore bag. So the thing is, like, a very common thing for Vanessa's to do on day 1 is either run a poison item and just a bunch of survival, or just a huge amount of weapons. A huge amount of weapons, blast doors is what I want to run. A huge amount of poison, or, you know, just a single poison item, I need to go for full damage. I think I'll probably just keep my damage on board, despite the fact that I really want to field blast doors. If I don't have scaling and a way to execute that scaling, I'm pretty sure I'll end up losing. Let's see how that would have worked out for us. If this enemy turns out to just have a bunch of weapons, I obviously made the wrong choice. No weapons. Oh! Golden ambergris on day 1! Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna beat you today, but you've got a fun run ahead of you. When you buy another aquatic item, this game's 1 value, and it has double value by default. So you're just gonna buy a bunch of aquatic items and then sell the ambergris for a big payday and then just run an aquatic build. Enjoy. That'll be fun. I'm very glad that my next real fight is gonna be blast doors for full defense, and then weaponized core and rocket launcher for full offense. Invest in yourself for a single. 3 regen again at Jungle Ruins, or I can head to middle. Let's head to middle.
Sale, no sale. I want what's right for you.
I don't dislike Pulse Rifle, but it is still... I used to get Pulse Rifle, and in order to use the incredible powerful Pulse Rifle, I have to suffer the fact that I'm gonna have to have a single friend on field. So either I can't have more than one, or I have to have one when I don't want any. The fact that it's now 5 seconds to deal that 3 multicast makes it really galling to have one item that's doing 5 second 3 multicast, and then just another item next to it that may not even necessarily be benefiting me. I think Pulse Rifle is going to be taken out of a lot of aggressive Dooley builds now. Hell yeah. Rocket launcher, upgrade for 4 more damage and 1 more burn.
Really gonna enjoy that.
There is also a weak point detector here, but with no slow access, that doesn't make any sort of sense for us. Yep, I know you're teaching bronze tier skills, but would you dare to teach me something related to either burn damage or damage? Crit chance is not what I'm looking for. Thank you. Right-handed, your right-nosed weapon has plus 20 damage. Exactly the kind of thing.
My life mastering that technique. So like 9 years.
So here's a fun one. The Lost Crate is new. I'll go there, not just because it's new, but also because I want it right now. Return it. Get a skill. Okay. Open it. Get a silver tier upgrade hammer. So upgrade hammers now come all the way up silver, golden, bronze, silver, golden, diamond tier. And they upgrade anything lower than their own tier. So I can use this to upgrade weaponized core. And now it's giving out 15 damage. I definitely win each of these fights. If I take Rogue Scrapper, I have a higher chance of getting a single experience on the other side and hitting level 3 before day 3. I'd like that. Also, like, what an incredibly easy fight we're about to run into. Yes, yes, feel free to attack me. I would love to be shielded. Obviously, what's really missing right now is things to make the weaponized core faster. Just fast items to put on the left-hand side of it. Hell, I kind of want to take a little bit more regen.
Good food feeds body and soul.
15 health and 5 more regen. That's really going to help hold off, like, early aggression. B1 and B2 has been completely reworked as well. Now, it specifically upgrades your bronze items. This is going to be really interesting over the course of this patch, because one option is on the left-hand side, upgrade a bronze item, upgrade your leftmost bronze item. Sure. Then there's pay 8 and upgrade all of your bronze items. I can definitely see some builds that get really aggressive, that don't care what they're running, weapons finesse, that would be very, very happy to go to B1 and B2 and pay only a single cost of 8 to upgrade all of their items. That's going to be really interesting to watch over the course of this patch. Also, it shows up very late in the game. You know, anyway, I don't want to just I don't want to just like talk you through each change in the patch, so I'm going to cut myself off there. Isla, you sell weapons. If I went to B1 and B2, I could upgrade Fang for free, but that's not relevant at all. I kind of want to go to Isla for weapons, literally just to look for the answer was going to be Uzi, but I'm actually going to take the gold. I don't think that would really change my fortunes at all right now. In the future, sure, but I kind of want to find a non-weapon
Are you sure?
speeding up the core option.
Noticed I'm huge?
Oh my god. That's a long john. I'm very glad I have both scaling damage and so much shield now. Should make it pretty difficult to get past us. Their holiday is always going to give me more shield than it takes from me, which is lovely. Thank you kindly. Get a bronze tier friend, bronze tier loot item, bronze tier item. Right now, Barbed Wire and Fang are just 4-second triggers for the left-hand side of the weaponized core, so I can try and get some more scaling for the rocket launcher to deal in damage. I could certainly see an argument for that positioning instead right now. Maybe. Give me a bronze tier item. I'm still looking to field things. Crypto, 0 and 5. Sure, I'll sell it for 6. I don't know if bronze crypto is bugged, but all the other levels of crypto are. They sell for significantly more than they say. Lost crate, you say? Get a skill or a silver tier upgrade hammer? Silver tier upgrade hammer would give me the ability to sell that crypto for more, but a skill, especially because it's weighted by the chance of today. So I'm on day 3, which means silver tiers are much more likely. Silver tier skill, Cosmic Wind! When you crit, haste an item 1 second. All right, I'm building into crit now. Holy hell. I'm building into crit in a second. I'm going to get 150 max HP. And then absolutely destroy the eccentric Etherite. Which 3 and 1 and 2? Yeah, okay, so that's the ability to get to level 4 before the next day as well. So I gotta make sure to collect some items to put on field.
shouldn't care.
Woo! Sure, I'll take a force field. I mean, I don't really want to run it right now. 4 seconds to shield 30 and then deal damage equal to your shield. Oh my god, it's got to be Mountain Pass. Yes, I know Isla is right there, but they didn't change the Mountain Pass event, which means you can still just go here and get a whole nother fight.
Buddy, I got work.
You know how much this matters when they removed additional experience options in the early game? Oh my god. Unfortunately, the energy potion has been heavily nerfed. Now it only hastes for 2 seconds. At Bronze tier, it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, anyway.
Sorry, 1 second at Bronze tier. 1, 2, 3, 4 for its upgrade tree. Multi-tool. Every 4 seconds. Hasten another item for 2 seconds and slow an item for 2 seconds. Sure. Great item for us to field. Upgrade a Bronze tier item or teach a Bronze tier skill. I don't have a Bronze tier item other than Fang to upgrade, and I don't want to upgrade Fang, so... give me a Bronze tier skill. Something related to burn or crit,
One
please.
perspective. Youth has its own wisdom.
Right-handed. Your rightmost weapon has 10 additional damage because it's already got 20, so it only got up to 30. Or Immolating Spark. Your leftmost burn item has +3 burn. Well, I already clicked that one, so that might tell you which I'm choosing. Might. P1 and B2. I got nothing for you to upgrade. I'm having that happen a lot right now. Thankfully, JJ's still a pretty good store. Oh, they changed Tech Pistol. Sorry, Laser Pistol. I spoiled how they changed it, though. They changed it by making it a tech item now. Cool. Welding Helmet? No, not especially relevant. I guess I could take Welding Helmet literally just to have a faster item on field. Takes 3 seconds. So it's like having 2 6-second items in terms of amount of triggers. Okay, it's actually way worse. I'm literally just going to buy the Laser Pistol just to have a faster item on the left-hand side of the call.
Come back for a refund.
Oh, it's the metronome. When you use an adjacent item, haste the other adjacent item for 1 second.
How about this weather where... Oh, you're leaving.
I'm going to pop that between the weaponized core and the rocket launcher in order to keep those both in perma-haste. I think it should do as well. I can't believe they didn't change Fuel Rod. They didn't even remove it. Why do they hate my boy? Wide ruled.
I should warn you. I'm not like other Jabarians.
Okay, they're going for an early apropos chapeau. I can dig it, but like, theirs very much feels like pieces of a build compared to our pretty much everything online.
I believed in myself and I still lost.
Incredible. Alright, that went pretty well. Having a look, we have only 1 resolution of blast doors. That's to make sense when they have only 1 weapon. Multi-tool, laser, and barbed wire. These are definitely the least powerful slots. Multi-tool's pretty okay right now, given the fact that it's hasting for 2 seconds and slowing for 2 seconds. Reasonable enough. But barbed wire and laser pistol is certainly under-contributing here. They could be faster, they could do more damage. They should do one or the other, not neither. Oh. I mean, I do care about weapons, question mark? Do I care about weapons? Uzi. I care about Uzi a lot. I'll
Spar
go.
with you, but this leg. Go make some more stories, then come back and tell me.
Uzi, 2 seconds to fire. Only has 12 ammo, but ideally you finish the fight before it runs out of ammo. And of course, it is charging up the weaponized core. Literally twice as fast as Well, I suppose it would be laser pistol I'd take off field. There's no reason for me to upgrade laser pistol. Clarence, absolutely not. Would I roll here? If I came here and I said that the only thing I care about right now is Uzi, why would I roll? I guess ultimately the question here is, are there Dooley weapons that I would want in this field right now? Silvers are very much available. I guess I want things mostly that are related to crit as well, so that I can try and take some additional advantage of getting haste from our crit chance. Literally none of his weapons are related to crit at all. Alright. No. We leave. We were lucky not to get the thing I asked for. Time to bounce. Kina, you sell non-weapon items. I would love to fill the blast doors and barbed wire slots with just fast non-weapon items, please.
Reward the peaceful, punish the warful.
Also things related to crit chance, but I don't think security Cameron is going to be it. Your shield items have 20% additional crit chance for my blast doors. Ooh, finally, after all of that, I can get a single second of haste. Thermal Lance, when this gains haste, it gains 2 burn for the fight. I mean, we do have Metronome, but this is still just way too slow. 7 seconds? Even when it's fully hasted, it's 3.5 seconds, right? And it needs to get haste, oh boy, probably 10 times before it's really competitive? Chem Snail, every 4 seconds, Poison 3, and Slow item for 1 second. It's certainly significantly faster than the Blast Doors right now. I could field it for some fights if I really wanted to. Coolant, freeze a small end for 2 seconds and cleanse half your burn. I almost want to take Coolant. If it was... Honestly, if Coolant was its bronze version, I would take it right now, just so that I can hedge my bets against possibly fighting Infernal later. Because fighting Infernal would be really good for us. But I also need to make sure that I survive that. No, I can't take any of those.
Ready to accept the light, and that's okay.
I suppose I was looking mostly for things like Cool LED. I can definitely beat Flame Juggler. Boiler and Brawler has the Energy Potion. Bloodreef Raider has... Do you have anything related to crit other than your... whatchamacallit? Well, do ya? Punk? Other than your Crow's Nest. I suppose the Revolver has 20% crit chance by base. It's a relatively fast weapon with 20% crit chance by base. I would totally field the Revolver right now. Powder Flask? I would field the Powder Flask. Literally just keeps the user firing. It's the same cooldown as Barbed Wire. Ammo Stash would be a good skill. Just 2 more shots of the Uzi. I could certainly see going to Bloodreef Raider here. Flame Juggler just doesn't have anything I want. Like, yes, a Cinder, but, like, you have 1 Cinder. I'm probably gonna get Magma Core. Alright, Bloodreef. It's time. Give me the Revolver, though. So by default, 16 damage, has a 20% crit chance by default. It's got additional crit chance from the Crow's Nest. And when you crit, you reload it to additional ammo. So it's a pretty fast weapon. And especially if I'm already incentivized to get additional crit chance courtesy of Cosmic Wind.
Lads will never let me forget this.
I suppose the main way I'm going to get crit chance for Cosmic Wind is going to be through skills. Cannonball. Adjacent items are +2 max ammo. Not really relevant to us.
Oh, sure. I can help you, but you have to trust me.
Interesting. Tracer Fire. I think this might be too slow, but maybe I'm wrong. When you burn, your items gain 1% crit chance for the fight. So over the course of that previous fight, we would have burnt maybe 9 times, so 9% crit chance for all of our items. There's also Sharp Corners. When you shield, your weapons gain 3 damage for the fight. And then finally, Right Eye. Your rightmost item has plus 16% crit chance. Plus 16% crit chance on the weapon that I care about the most. Because it's going to be right-handed, it's going to be on the other side of the weaponized core. I mean, it's currently a rocket launcher. It's not necessarily always going to be a rocket launcher.
I can tell you.
I
can
think
keep-
the plus 16 might be a better idea than taking Tracer Fire, because if I take Tracer Fire, with Tracer Fire, Cosmic Wind, and Immolating Spark, suddenly I really need to do a burn build. And like, yeah, I theoretically have some pieces for a burn build right now. I've got a rocket launcher. Full stop. Like, but also it is just a little bit additional crit chance. It doesn't have to give me all of my crit chance. I can get some crit chance from that and then some crit chance from something else, I think. I'm going to take the plus 16 immediately.
I hope we can do
It's on my most impactful slot. It's more than I'm likely to get over the course of an actual fight. Yeah, I'm going to take it. Middle, you sell medium items. You can totally replace Blast Shield for us, right? Hang on. I actually think we're going for the eating contest. 150 more max HP is going to make it really difficult to do anything to me. I will go to the Lost Crate, but I don't think I'm taking the Silver Upgrade Hammer. What, get 2 more damage on the Uzi? So we'll take a skill, hoping it is silver. It is not. It is initial dose. Your leftmost poison item has +3 poison. Probably unlikely to be relevant at all, but I guess I will take that. Maybe that was a bad idea. Getting a Grandmaster upgrade on Cosmic Wind so that it hastes for 2 seconds. Its upgrade is hasting for 2 seconds, right? Because it says haste 1 item for 1 second. I wonder if that number 1 can change. It probably can't, right? Yeah, haste 1 item for 1, upgrades 2, upgrades 3. Fair enough. Especially considering we're fighting in a Vanessa, the Blastors remains on field. This is the same field for us. And I didn't even know their name was Pyro Fred at the time. Certainly, Blastors. Certainly. I mean, they're using all the burn items, so certainly. Oh boy. That's a pretty big burn item. Fireclaw. This has plus burn equal to the burn of your non-Fireclaw items. And they're running a Matchbox and Astrolabe build. Oh, interesting. They've got Fiery for +2 burn to all of their items. They've got Immolating Spark for +6 as well. Wow. That's going to be a pretty punishing board to come up against. I can't believe I only got 200 shielding out of Blastors, because it triggered once normally, right? And then I also got below half health, but maybe I got below half health at the same frame as the fight ended, so it didn't have time to trigger. I mean, I do like the idea of going to Goldie, but I can't really afford anything he can sell. Armory can just give me a weapon, and it can give me a weapon of any size. It gives me missiles. Oh, that's good. When you use the core, reload this. Still one of the fastest items I can put on the left-hand side of a weaponized core. Do I want haste on the rocket launcher and weaponized core, or haste on missiles in order to get more scaling? I think activating the rocket launcher more often is more important. Like, I think that's probably close to double the damage out of the rocket launcher versus doing it on this side is just doubling the effect that missiles has in her own slot. So it's not even doubling the scaling, it's doubling 1 input for the scaling. I think this is a good position for me to actually take Cinder Chase. Oh, I really wish it were gold, but that's okay. A Curvian Rocket Trooper. So oddly, I think I'm going to choose my fights around how much crit I can get access to. And Hercuvian has a skill Keen Eye for 8% crit chance to all of your items. Also has an Eagle Talisman. Literally just gives 10% crit chance to your leftmost item when you sell it. Greening Duelist also has a powder flask, also has a revolver. Even has throwing knives, which if I have high crit will be relevant, but until I have high crit isn't. Mod Squad has good items as well. First Aiden is there. Also Beautiful Friendship for 3 additional damage to all of our weapons whenever we use a friend. Missiles would be some good damage buff from that. But I ultimately am going to come down on the side of the Hercuvian rocket launcher here. Rocket Trooper, rather. Oh, that's good. Flashy reload. When you crit with an item, reload another item, 1 ammo. Hell yeah. Well, that means my Uzi is going to have full ammo constantly, as long as I deal with my crit problem. Silver tier friend, silver tier loot item, silver tier item. Give me a silver tier loot item. Actually? Yeah, silver tier loot item. Cooldown reduction, gunpowder is available as well. Scrap might be one of the least relevant things. We can work at the docks, we could go to a battlefield for a small weapon. I certainly don't care about going to Tinker at the moment. Like, is the only thing I want from Tinker right now First Aiden? Pretty much First Aid and upgrading missiles, but even upgrading missiles doesn't really contribute to our damage. Alpha Ray. Every 5 seconds, deals 16 damage. When you use the core or another ray, your weapons gain +4 damage to the fight. Now, this is really bad. It's seriously not... It's just not powerful enough. But it's gold, and it's really early. So it's about as powerful as barbed wire. It's a full second slower, which is slowing down the weaponized core. But it's also giving the additional damage to itself, Uzi, missiles, the weaponized core itself. Also additional damage to the rocket launcher still. So I think it's probably worth it here. Gotta go for the fight. Oh, and we got it as well. Hell yeah. Foreman. This is fun. Flashy mechanic. When you use a tool, items adjacent to it get 6% crit chance. I've got multi-tool. I legitimately might use multi-tool to scale my crit chance so that I can trigger flashy reload and cosmic wind. Cog. Every 4 seconds, hasten adjacent item 1 second. I'll take it. But I don't want you to think I'm happy about it. Harishnikov. Do I think I need blast doors against you? If I'm entirely honest, yes I do. Because if you are weapons Vanessa, and I don't field it, I probably die. No weapon, but 1 burn item. Ah, right. This is a slow and burn build. I guess I'm very glad to still have blast doors on field. But it's not going to be especially quick, unfortunately. Thankfully, shield halves incoming damage from burn, and also it would have triggered again when we got to half health, so definitely worked out for us there. Oh, hang on. New skill. New skill? Heat Lover. When you or an enemy burns, gain 2 regeneration for the fight. Huh. Cool. I hope that works. There's a version of that for poison that doesn't. Or didn't last patch. I don't know if it's been changed. Does it even say in the patch notes if that one was fixed? Because it says some of the skills that I know were broken were fixed, but I don't know if it points out that one specifically. No, it doesn't. Alas. Wholesales large items. Honestly, I want to save my money and just keep trying to get really aggressive options for finding additional crit shots. I can sell barbed wire and cog. Those aren't going to come back and be relevant, I don't believe. Yeah, I want to be really, really greedy and get additional max HP. Or basically, you know what? I think I'm going to get rid of the blast doors now. It is starting to peter out in terms of its effectiveness. Get another 150 max HP. I mean, I don't want anything Loan Shark can give me. But also, what? I'm going for Flashy Mechanic from Foreman? That's nothing. I guess I could consider the Dire Mosquito. When you slow, haste a weapon 1 second, nothing related to crit shots, unfortunately. Alright, I'm going for the big money. We can even see Loan Shark, by the way. This is actually something that should be noted. Gold has been normalized across enemies. So a legendary enemy will always give you, I believe, 6 gold. Diamond is 5, gold is 4, silver is 3, and bronze is 2. So yeah, Loan Shark, I think, used to give like 6, maybe even 7. So gold has been nerfed. Gold income has been reduced. Shark Ray. When you haste, this gains 30 damage to the fight. How many times did I haste? 11, 3, and did I crit any times? I'm not going to be able to tell that in retrospect. The Shark Ray would have a lot of damage on it. It's also a ray. It's not showing it. It's an aquatic, a weapon, a friend, and a ray type. So it would trigger Alpha Ray for the additional damage scaling. Upgrade a silver or lower tier item, you say? I kind of want to just upgrade the metronome, because when the metronome is gold level, it gets to the point that it's actually perma-haste between these items, whereas it's currently dropping out of that from time to time. That said, I also do want to increase the weaponized core itself for the sake of the additional damage that it scales across. I even want the skills, literally just anything that gives me access to additional crit shots. I'm gonna get the additional damage scaling. Middle, you sell medium items, but the gumball machine sells crit shots. Don't you know? %2 crit chance for our field. I'll take it. Oh. Oh, this is fun. I could go to B1 and B2 and get him to upgrade all of my bronze items, which would include all of these gumballs. So I get 2% crit chance, 20 max health, another 2% crit chance. So, I mean, it's basically, it represents getting a second version of all of these gumballs, right? So would I pay 8 in order to get an upgraded Uzi, as well as 2% crit chance, 1 shield to all items, 1 damage, and 10 max health? Because I already have half of that. I think the answer is no, but I could go to B1 and B2 and literally just upgrade a single blue gumball, and I'd be fine with that for free. Alternatively, I go to Isla, in which case I'm probably looking for a new weapon. I think I probably need a new weapon now.
Any good fights lately? Oh, I do miss it.
Obsidian Chlorance. When you use a friend, this gains 15 damage for the fight. This has double damage. Interesting. There's also Ballista. When you haste, this gains 10 damage to the fight. When it gains haste, charge at 2 seconds. This gave haste 11 times. I'm assuming it's probably basically 6 in one direction, 5 in the other direction. Let's assume it's 6 in both. So 6 haste triggers specifically to Ballista. I mean, I think I could take Ballista and start collecting her. I have no space for that.
enjoy the thrill of battle. Okay.
Obsidian Bulldozer. Oh boy. I mean, if I knew Bulldozer was around the corner, I might have taken Clarence. When using a friend, this gains 10 damage for the fight. It has double damage. And your other friend's cooldowns reduced by 10%. I'm not sure I want to go on a full friend-based build here. I do have Shark Ray, Missiles, Ballista. But I'm not hoping to use them like that. Maybe I should be. So what about a board like this? Oh, but then Missiles literally won't have the core on the fields. Because then that would be Bill. Big Billy Dozer. So instead of having that on the field, I guess I would go for something like this. So I have far fewer friends activating. I guess the damage center is the billet. I'm not seeing this. I'm not. I'm trying to, but I'm not seeing it. It's a real shame to leave that stop. I saw so many things there that were interesting. I just don't think I can make use of any of them. Oh man, I feel like this is going to be the first day that I lose, and it's going to be based on the fact that I didn't do anything with my board.
Boring.
Ah, you have squares. That can be pretty potent, especially when the Autobattler is already at a 1 second cooldown by default at the very start of the fight. That's okay. I'm probably dead.
Now that was invigorating.
I gotta be honest, for an Autobattler that was already at 1.2 second cooldown at the start of the fight, day 6 by the way, we put up a pretty fair fight. Yeah, I just
If
don't
I
have
what you need,
bronzes to upgrade,
I'll
buddy.
help you find who does.
B1 and B2 shows up a lot. Thermal Lance for trying to burn. Cybersecurity. Deals 30 damage for each weapon or tech item you have. Deals 3 times more damage if it's your only friend. Micro Dave and Mech Moles. New.
Hey, that's okay. It's been nice talking to you.
I'll take a deadly duel 100% of the time, especially when it's against a Thug.
No funny business.
I would love strength. I mean, look, let's be clear. Bonk is the best choice here. I would love to get it. But ignoring that, strength for just 15 damage across all of our weapons at the very start of the fight. Super handy. Don't have to worry so much for all of my scaling to give me everything I need.
Hey, I was just joking.
Bar of gold for 40 gold. I'm not actually really running out of money right now, so... All in, please something crit related.
I help you discover for yourself.
It's annoying. Flashy Pilot, when you use a vehicle, your items gain 20% crit chance. I guess I would put... Race Carl on field. First 5 times you burn each fight, haste the core 2 seconds. No. I'm gonna take Flashy Pilot, and I'm gonna find a vehicle to put on field. Unfortunately, like, Bill was a vehicle, I just didn't get him. I'm pretty sure we dominate Shock Trooper here, but I was very surprised by how Thug treated us. Like, Thug almost got us. The biggest threat to me here is the plasma grenade, slowing all of our items for 2 seconds. So I'm very much hopeful that I'll have some good haste to counter that for us. Alright, great. I will note, the plasma rifle was about a second from firing and it would have killed us. But we do a lot of damage, which is what we need. F sells burn items. You know what? Sell me an enchanted burn item.
Learn the way of flame.
Upgrading Nitro, not really relevant to us. Fiery Cooling Fan. The core gains 5 crit chance for the fight. Sure, crit chance. Yay, crit chance. I like crit chance. But then it burns for 4. While either player has burn, the item's cooldown reduced by 50%. You know what? I guess that's a lot better than Alpha Ray for us.
Farewell.
Because if the core crits, that's just another haste to another target on field. I'm going to roll here, but only because I have the bar of gold in my backpack. Fiery Coolant. Freeze an item for 2 seconds. Freeze a small item, that is. Cleanse half your burn, and then burn 4. Fiery Knife. Bomb Squad. Yeah, that's not going to be us. I'll be selling the bar of gold and walking onwards. One more shop, and then I'll get my level 9. Hole.
Lithic markets, just trade boulders. This is more fun.
Yeah, I was wondering what would happen if Bill turned up. Because Bill is a vehicle. When you use another friend, this gains 10% damage for the fight. But Bill's the wrong vehicle. The vehicle that wants to go in the build that when you use a vehicle, you gain crit chance, and when you crit haste an item is 100% race car. And as soon as I got race car, I would take Bulldozer off the field again. Yeah, that's the actual one. That's the actual one that I had to ask the question about, though, because Combat Core is a vehicle. It doesn't say it. It's a core, tech, weapon. It's a vehicle as well. Gosh. It gets crit chance from the Fiery Cooling Fan. 100% I'm taking and fielding that.
Hope it pleases you.
I think I'll be dropping multi-tool for the metronome to be between our cores. I'm putting the combat core on the far right so that it gets as much additional damage as it possibly can. Also so that it has the additional crit chance. I want the combat core between the two of them. Fiery Cooling Fan is going to fan is going to give them crit chance, both. And when I use the combat core, I'm going to get 20% crit chance for all of our items. Honestly, the Fiery Cooling Fan is probably not good enough, if I'm completely honest. But the first time it activates, it lowers its cooldown to 2.5, which is pretty good. Just in terms of being a fast item on the left-hand side of these calls. Silver tier loot item, please give me... cooldown reduction. I was about to say crit chance, but then I cut myself off because it's not really that relevant. I'll give it to the big armor. Alright, let's go. So most boards shouldn't be fully online at this point.
Go ahead.
And I think anything not fully online loses to us right now. This enemy who hasn't won a single fight yet, I suspect we may be. Oh, Obsidian Crow's Nest. Oh, so the Obsidian enchantment for Crow's Nest is literally just what your weapons get more damage. Fun.
I paint my ship
Never
red,
mind.
but I don't.
Yeah, that's the full 5 strikes of that flagship online. I would have been surprised to beat that. Unfortunately, their history of having no wins so far was leading me to believe that I probably would beat it. Toxlock sells haste, slow, and cooldown related items. I do kind of care about those. Do I care about those? No. The thing is, if I have my crit chance already solved, then I do want to go to other things.
5 seconds ago.
Also, for what it's worth, I will happily get rid of the combat core to go back into the direction of motherboard. Every 5 seconds, haste the core for 2 seconds. When the core gains haste, it gains 10 damage to the fight. I mean, that'd be pretty good with double core. As soon as I find Race Carl, I'm changing everything back. Sadly, I didn't find him. Grandmaster sells skill upgrades. Cosmic Wind upgrade or Flashy Pilot upgrade are huge. Tinker sells friend items, which could have included race car. No, it gave me the initial dose upgrade. All right. Oh. I deserve that. I knew that that was a possibility, and I risked it anyway, and then it treated me like how I deserved, basically. Infernal Frigate. That'd be interesting. Infernal Frigate has a skill that burns the enemy for 17 at the start of the fight. Or Fire Starter. And with that, we would immediately have the Fire and Cooling Fan on local. That's not relevant. Why am I trying to plan around that? Just go to the Bouncitron and level up. Ooh, Sharpened Steel. When you use a weapon, adjacent items gain 8% crit shots for the fight. Oh, that's good. Missiles is giving out a lot of crit shots. So is Uzi. I guess Uzi fires more times. So I want it between missiles and the core. Okay, we've solved our crit chance 7 ways from Sunday. I'm going to go to the aerodrome and I'm going to try and force a location that can give me race call. I actually don't care about poison. No. No. All right.
I've salvaged more good
Thank you.
to join you on your mission.
Thank you, buddy. Goodbye combat core. You're way too slow.
Now you listen to Dooley, okay? He's fighting for all of us.
Race call. When you haste, charge is 2 seconds. I'll haste whenever I activate it, because it has metronome next to it. Also, everything's going to get to 100% crit chance very, very quickly. The whole goal is to get Race Skull to fire as many times as possible, as quickly as possible. I'll take some additional
Light your way.
damage on missiles. I'm not going to roll, though. A restorative to heal us for all of the damage that Carl does. I mean, I would love to get something else, but this is good. Why would I take anything else? It's so good. What is the problem I have right now? Enemies beat me up before I can giga combo them? Thank you, Race Carl, for driving me straight to the ER every single time. Kindle sells medium items. The possibility of upgrading Carl does exist, but, like, he gets a little bit of additional damage, not really much. Medium items that I super care about right now? Honestly, pretty few and far between, but Power Drill is pretty up there. I'm going to get a lot of haste triggers as soon as this starts critting constantly, and it will start critting constantly pretty quickly. I do kind of just want to get as healthy as possible, though. So give me some health at the eating contest. I recognize I just got rid of Sharkray, who has really good scaling for when you haste. The thing is, I don't just want them to scale when I haste, I also want them to activate faster when I haste them. So Bell is definitely the one that I'm going to want to focus on. Louis the Eighth. You're not to know this, but my legal name is Louis the Ninth, so I'm afraid I am going to be succeeding you here. In a number of ways. Okay, we're up to the point that everything is critting constantly. Literally every time it fires. Give out additional crit chance to my board. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, race car really put us in the passenger seat and drove us. It's getting harder to justify spending a full 10 on an eating contest, but I'll justify it one more time if you need. I'm gonna do it. Also, we do have snack time here for just another 200. I don't even have to pay for this 200. Gimme. I'll take it. Sure, Ferris Khan has an energy potion available in his fight, but like, what are the odds I get that? Bloodreef Captain! Bloodreef Captain! Oh my god! Bloodreef Captain has the most insane skill here that he could give us. I kind of want to give him a chance to do so. The skill is called Full Arsenal. Your items cooldown's reduced by 5% if you have a vehicle, 5% if you have a weapon, and 5% if you have a tool. Having all three, I would have 15% cooldown reduction. And if I ever grandmastered Full Arsenal, I would have 30% cooldown reduction to the entire board. I feel like that's worth the 2 experience I miss out on from Enclave Revenant. Because nothing in Enclave Revenant's fight's actually relevant to us, but there is a possibility that with Full Arsenal, the fight is over. Things would get truly absurd. Dang. Pesky Pete. For each adjacent friend or property, this gains additional burn. Finn's Big Bite, that's percentage max HP. That's another 174. Vermeer teaches crit skills. Simon teaches skills unique to Dooley. I would want crit skills, but I want skills that are like, when you crit, do X, right? Not give additional crit chance. That is the least useful thing to me.
Tell you your weakness. That's for me to sell to your enemies.
Yeah, like static acceleration. When you haste, your items gain 1% crit chance for the fight. That already happens. Oh, building crescendo. Oh, I can get crit chance finally. Again. I'm pretty much maxed out. Oh, damn. Your items have 3% additional crit chance for each weapon you have. When you poison, when you burn, gain 1% crit chance. I'm going to take Honed Arsenal. We absolutely whiffed there. We really wanted something that is when you crit, do X, which, like, now that I think about it, how many skills are when you crit, do X? Oh boy. I shouldn't have gone to that shop. There's like one I want. It's called Improvised Weaponry. I don't even think it's available for Dooley. Improvised. Yeah, it's a Vanessa and a Mac item. No, wait. Improvised Weaponry is available on Dooley. Oh, but that's a crit reference. It's not even a crit related skill. It's a crit reference skill, apparently. Oh, that's a nightmare. All right, Mysterious Portal. Give me something dumb. Oh, Pygmalion. That's pretty dumb. Jabalian Drum. When you use a weapon, your weapons gain 2 damage to the fight. When you use a weapon, haste at 2 seconds. Now, I'm no big city lawyer. But does that slap? Oh no, because I have to take the Cora field, so missiles. Would I? Eight. Total of 24. You know what? It's time to beat the drum. Why not? When you use a weapon, your weapons gain 2 damage to the fight, and when you use a weapon, you haste it for 2 seconds. So, because of that, the Uzi is going to trigger haste 2 seconds into the fight for itself, but it's also going to cause Restorative Rayskull to see a haste trigger, and then Uzi is going to fire 1 second later, causing Restorative Rayskull to see more triggers, and then very, very quickly, our entire board is just going to start going off. Also, Jabalian Drum is a really good enchant target. Raylin. Basically, can you kill me before I just start going off? Ooh. Lifesteal Radiant weapon. Not going to be able to slow it at all. Okay, I'm restorativing a bunch of my health back. They're lifestealing some of theirs, but yeah, I'm pretty comfortably in the point where everything is perma-hasted and everything has perma-crit, and they're just constantly charging one another. Hell yeah. Oh, I'm so pleased with this. Look, I'd love to go somewhere else, but I don't really have money right now. Damn it. I'm literally 1 gold short of being able to go to the Shrouded Figure and gamble for experience, which is what I would want to do. Even if I sold Ballista, I have a total of 9. So I want to seek wealth, gain 6 gold. Could have gotten 5 to 10, got 6, sure. Awaken District. I can definitely beat you. Do I care about Trash Titan Orcs? I don't think I do. I just care about getting as much golden experience as I can here. Get him. Ooh. Soul of the District. Shield equal to your current health and then deal damage equal to your shield. Probably not going to go on board for us. Gold tier loot item, please. Cooldown reduction. Yes. 6% cooldown reduction for the entire board. That's pretty potent. Good amount of gold at the moment. Do I go to Artisan Dunes for just some additional damage on Carl? I could certainly see that. Going for a tool at Orion seems to make no sense to me right now. Yeah, sure, just give me 10 additional damage on Rayskull, because that's also the basis of our healing, and it's definitely the item that hits the most. I'm gonna go to Pearl's dig site, digging for a free item.
Need some work?
Lifting gloves to 6 damage to all of our weapons is not really relevant, but I do want damage to all of my weapons. I just don't think that's the way to get it. Water Wheel. When you use an adjacent item, charge this 2 seconds. Haste rolls or items, 2 seconds. No. Heavy Monitor Lizard, there's a Coral Armor, and Ectoplasm. Again, that's... Huh. Well, hear me out. Arbalest is possibly the most... the most scaling you can get from having haste damage. And whenever I haste at all, I get 100 damage. It has 1 ammo. Guess what I'm capable of doing? I can reload because I crit. I think I replace missiles with that. It's significantly slower, but oh my god, the damage. Holy hell.
Looks like the Cretaceous era?
Every haste trigger. Every one of them. I could take Weaponized Core off the field. The argument for taking Weaponized Core off the field, I guess, is what? That I could give the damage to a target that wants it more, that I could possibly put Ballista on the field, but Ballista's not going to be faster than Weaponized Core for a while. Like, it needs to be getting constant haste triggers itself for it to be faster than the core. I don't think that's it just yet, especially when the Arbalest is already all of my scaling damage. I just need consistency in generating speed for Racecarl to be able to keep me alive, as well as scale my crit chance, and the Arbalest to shoot their face off.
I should warn you.
For facial surgery. That's what I assume you mean by FFS, right?
Well, I'll admit, that was impressive.
Yeah, you can have an Obsidian Cash Cannon at Diamond tier that's doing double damage. It's got a 22% crit chance and hits for 27,000 damage. You can have that as much as you'd like. You can take it straight to the grave. Give me a God's Locker. I'll take an Induction Aegis and sell it. Grandmaster, please upgrade Cosmic Wind. Actually, I don't even need the additional duration on that anymore. Owned Arsenal, 3% more crit chance per weapon I have. Honestly, 12% more crit chance to all of my items by base is relevant because the Uzi can crit on its first attack, and if it does, that's 2 haste triggers for Racecarl to see. I'm so eager to see how well this works. Oh, it's so much damage and it crit them. Oh my god. If I can enchant the Jabalian Drum... Gosh, if I can enchant it with shield. Teach gold tier skills, upgrade an item. Additional damage on Racecarl kind of makes sense, but also I could upgrade the Jabalian Drum, then every item cast gives additional damage to other things. I honestly don't think that makes a difference. I don't think upgrading these changes anything, really. Jabalian Drum most of all would be a change. I'll take it. I really wanted to justify going for the gold tier skill there, but the problem is, at Orlan's gold tier skills, it's entirely possible I find absolutely nothing worth any of my time, frankly. Isla, you sell weapons. You want to sell me a new Racecarl?
Buy my weapons, and you might.
Alright, apparently not. That's fine.
The Bazaar is not kind to the weaponless.
I'm not going to take it personally. I took it pretty personally. Relax. You know what? Give me 1300 shield before the start of the next fight. So while I'm still charging up, I have something to protect me.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
That's a lot of burn on that board. That's a lot of potions. Oh no, they're freezing my Uzi. I Uzi that.
Like my
Not only are they
says
freezing,
at
they're
the bar,
perma-freezing it.
Another round.
I love that I'm Dooley, but the biggest things I'm doing are Vanessa and pig items. I guess I'm kind of Dooley. I mean, you already punked me once. Absolutely, get the hell out of here.
To test your abilities and to improve them immeasurably.
First 10 times you use a core, slow an item 2 seconds. Pretty relevant. First 10 times you freeze, doesn't happen. CPU throttling to slow down some. Honestly, to give me some counter to the enemy, a little bit of disruption, it's very relevant. Give me a racetrack item. It's DJ Robot. I sell the skyscraper before I pick him up so that I can get all of his nanobots, just in case I get to somewhere where I can sell those for value. I have a lot of money. I'll look at Nightshade's shop. It's almost certainly not relevant to her. Well, see, now that I have, whatchamacallit, and you absolutely would call it this. Oh, dang. I was about to say, now that I have missiles off the field, I wouldn't necessarily need the weaponized core, so maybe I could run the power drill in that position instead. And that might still be true, but unfortunately I'd be deactivating my CPU throttling.
Poison is the weapon of nobility, of planning and control.
That said, if the weaponized core were off the field, then I could even put the Uzi on that far side. So it'd have a 40% crit chance by default, so it's likely to give us double haste at the very start of the fight. Haste from Jabalian Drum, haste from Cosmic Wind. I'm not sure how that would turn out for us. I'll roll, sure. Toxic Memory Card. When you sell this, the core gains damage equal to triple this item's value. Sure, I'll buy it for 16. And I'll sell it for 8, giving 24 additional damage to the weaponized core. Why not? I would love Lord Arkan to give me shielded. Oh. I'll keep a hope in the back of my heart, and I'm not gonna. You have a new item? Arkan's Ring. When you sell this, recover 5 prestige. Oh, wow. That wouldn't save me at the moment, but maybe if I got a second one. There we go, Unwavering. When you use an item, shield 40. Literally just, I only want that so that I have some shield, because right now I have none shield. 2 additional experience from gold loot, Arbalest weapons. The benefit of getting a Restorative Race Call upgrade is nil. Snack time for 300 more max HP. Well, Jules Cafe is 670 more max HP, assuming that I do end the run today.
You have great potential. Let me train.
I don't need additional crit chance. When you crit, your shield items do 15 shield. You know what? I will buy improvised protection.
I do not teach violence. I teach mastery.
Unfortunately, it says your shield items gain 15 shield. It can't give additional shield to Unwavering, which makes sense, right? It's just sad that it can't, because that would be nice if it could, but it can't, and I understand that. It's time to murder Studwell. The reason that I did that enchant, by the way, that upgrade, is because if I did get the ability to give shielded to the Jabalian Drum, I would be pretty much unbeatable after that. Oh, they have fiber optics! When you use your leftmost item, charge your rightmost item 2 seconds. That's huge. That's truly gigantic impact that can have. Oh, stop freezing my Uzi! It doesn't matter. Get got. This is the wildest Dooley run I may have ever had. The fact that we had the ability to get Cosmic Wind when we did, and then literally put our entire game plan on, okay, I'm getting crit chance, and then when I have crit chance, I will have perma haste. And then the Jabalian Drum just showing up like, oh, sorry, did you say haste? And then the Arbalest, like, did someone say haste? Incredible. Oh, I'm so pleased with this run. I've got to zoom in on all the items. I think that's a very fair 10 winner right there. Oh, it was very fair from my side. Not necessarily... not necessarily fair for the people who have to verse the ghost of it, but that's okay. It gets us into our diamond tier. Climbing towards legend. That's going to continue, of course. I've got to stream... Actually? 7 hours after this goes live. I'll be live on stream, streaming this patch in particular, so come hang out. But for the moment, My name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been The Bazaar. Top left is a series playlist for all my content of the game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays and are above the thank tier. And special thanks this episode to Tristan. Yes, I in my mind's eye, I was like, I'm pretty sure it's Tristan. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves and hopefully we'll see you next time.